Hey guys, it's me, it's Hawk here. Sorry if the audio is off again. I'm still using a mouse and I tried to play around with mic settings again. I am sorry if it's bad. This is what's provided with the laptop. That's all I have and I'm just trying to do my best. Also, if anybody knows of any free softwares, please let me know besides OBS because despite this being a Windows computer, it just doesn't work. So who knows, I might be stuck with this and crop the mic, so I hope you can understand me. The user that wants to be reviewed today is DrakePancake. They asked me to review their art. Quick disclaimer, please do not harass, bully, or attack DrakePancake or anybody else that I review. Nobody deserves to be attacked, and all the art shown here in this video that I am reviewing is by them. So the first piece I am reviewing is Magenta Vip. And the second piece is Super Speed Paint Before New Year. Yes, it was done quickly, they said, but I still feel that there are some things that I could critique in both that I find in both of these styles. First off, with the magenta one. Let's start with the magenta one. Okay. First off, I went into the colors, and they're not too bad. They don't have any oversaturation in any places or undersaturation. They're not overly saturated everywhere, and I like that. The colors go okay. They're all nice. I like that they're all in this pinky range, and then you have some other like warmer colors like this yellow and maybe this green too. There's more cool greens, but things contrast it. Something I noticed is that the lines were pretty shaky and that there are areas like this taken out. Something I feel that you could do maybe is to use layers. And if you wonder what layers are, I'll show you. See this area? I'm in Fire Alpaca, which is a free program for computers. It's harder to use with a mouse, but you can use it with a mouse if that's what you use, and I completely understand. I'm stuck with a mouse until I get a new Wacom. But there are these things called layers, and say I were to draw a circle using this layer, okay? I wouldn't have to erase it when I colored it because when I take this less saturated red, look at that. It doesn't do that. Also, I noticed the white lines, something you could do in your program when you use the bucket tool. You see this thing called anti-aliasing. I don't know. It's basically like you click the checkbox, and when you do, it won't make the white line, and you can have it be on the layer. So if I were to do on the layer, it would cover the whole layer, or the canvas, it would cover just the circle. And I feel that that would help the white line problem. If it's something like, say, MS Paint that you're using, I suggest using a pixel pencil, and I'm not going to discourage you from using MS Paint because I do too. You can use it with the mouse. I do that. And a lot of people do that. So, I'm not going to shame anybody for using a mouse. But I feel that maybe trying layers, or maybe try getting programs that have layers. If you use a tablet, like, not Wacom, but like computer tablet, if you use one of those, a good program is Ibis Paint, IBIS Paint X. It's free, and I say it works pretty well, and you wouldn't get this situation going on, and you have layers. So I feel like that could definitely help you out. I do like the anime manga style. It's nice. Maybe something I do like that you are doing little folds in the clothing. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But I suggest maybe looking at references and maybe Googling, just look up clothing and you can see, or maybe like clothing full references, and you can see where the clothing would naturally wrinkle and crease on the body. Like in the armpit area, it would crease a lot more because your arms are moving, and so it might be something like this. And here, around your, like, say, collarbone, it would be kind of draped over, so it would be wrinkled here, but then it would be wrinkled here because it's kind of draped over and stretched over that area. So something like that could help. I don't know if you shade in the same layer as this. It kind of looks like you might. I'm not sure though. So maybe I suggest going in a multiply layer and say having a purple. So say you have this really light purpley color. Maybe going like this, and then of course it's under the line art, and then you just use the bucket tool and fill in the areas that might not have gotten, and when you put it to multiply, look at that. Some nice clean shading. I feel like that would help complement your style, because I can tell you're going for an anime manga style, and I feel like maybe if you maybe try having the shading and coloring be a little neater, and then have things on different layers, and maybe just look into how you would shade and maybe light sources and clothing and how wrinkles and folds. I feel like that would really help your style develop more into that anime manga style that you are going for. And yeah, I feel like it would really work. And this is the other little speed art thing. And the reason I'm going to here is because even though you said it was quickly done, I feel like there are still some consistent things with this that I could critique. Yeah, something else I noticed with both of these actually is that there doesn't seem to be much of a forehead. Maybe try looking at facial anatomy and seeing like things about hairlines, because when you have a head, so imagine this circle here, this cruddy little circle is a head. So like, say this is a really crappy head, but not really crappy, but say this is a head, and you have ears, and you have your eyes, and all that. Well, when you draw a head, there is a forehead, but there's also a hairline, and it's a bit above your forehead, a little bit, and the hair would kind of stem out from that. So if you say we're going for bangs like these, you would, okay, so you would do this, but then you would, depending on the type of peak they have, whether it's a widow's peak, you would position the bangs maybe higher up, lower down. If they're lower down, I could understand where you wouldn't really show the forehead. But I feel like it would kind of add to your pictures that and eyebrows, maybe? Maybe not necessarily going through the hair, because I'm sure that's what you're going for. A little bit more realistic in that sense, but I feel like maybe eyebrows could add to the expressiveness of your pieces. And again, something I noticed is the shaky lines here. I feel like yeah, maybe you should try going another layer. Just practice line art for a bit. Just do a day maybe, or maybe a few hours or something, where you just practice doing line art over sketches, and you practice maybe having if you have a Wacom tablet, using pressure sensitivity, or maybe using, say you're using MS Paint, this is going to be an example, try using something like this, like the curve tool, and experiment with different line art methods so your lines could come out smoother. I feel like that could really help your pieces just be more polished and refined, but still to keep this anime manga style, because I can definitely tell that's what you're going for. Yeah, maybe just look into hair points, because the hair would probably be going out from a point more like this. If you're going to be drawing, it would be more like this, and I am using a mouse, so it's not as precise, but you get where I'm going for. Like, it would kind of all come back to this little point, the hair. I feel like that could help. Maybe looking at like facial anatomy and the forehead and the hairline area, and just experiment with hair and line work. I feel like that could definitely help your style. Overall, it's not bad. I suggest maybe looking into shading, layers, getting programs maybe that has layers like Firepaca that I have here. It's free on Windows and Mac. You can get Ibis Paint X. It's free on tablets, and you can just watch one ad and everything's free for a while. Even using Microsoft Paint, you can definitely achieve things, even though it doesn't have layers. If you use a pixel pencil, and maybe learn some tips and tricks online. There are YouTube videos, and I have one on how to erase sketches on there and everything like that. Just to help your style look a little cleaner, just look into line work, different shading styles, doing lines on different layers, something like that, because I feel like it could really, really help your art look cleaner, but still have that anime manga style that you're going for. I will say you're doing great. I like where you're going with your art. Keep improving. Even though you may be a beginner, maybe in this sense here, even if you're not, like I feel like just keep improving, keep going at it. Never lose inspiration. I hope you do well. I like what you're doing so far. This is Hawk, signing out.